Okay, welcome you all for the daily Bhagavad-gītā reading. This is chapter 6. The title is Dhyāna-yoga, verse 18 and 19. Today we are going to read. Yada vinitam chittam atmane vatishtate nishpara sarvakamebhyo yutta iti uchyate tada. When the yogi, by practice of yoga, disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to be well established in yoga. Next one, please. Text 19. Yata dhipo nivatasto nena gate sopama smarta yogino yatva chittasya yunjato yogam atmanaha. As a lamp in a windless place does not waver, so the transcendentalist whose mind is controlled remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendental self, transcendent self. Okay, thank you, Prabhu. So we discussed in last verse that how one has to regulate his daily life and both his diet and his organs together to, like, he has to control breathe, how it is happen to focus on one certain aspect and to achieve spiritual activities. And by doing yoga, so we achieve that whatever we are experiencing the that suffering can be removed. So that what's the people think about that? And especially regulator means both eating and control of the sense organs, the actions, such especially the speaking. So we know that vacho vegam, manaso vegam, krodo vegam, jikta vegam. When we control our tongue, it controls the other parts of the body, especially genitals and all. So how it interlinked with each and everything. So then here, first we learn from this Bhagavad-gītā, Karma Kanda. From there, then we know the Karma Yoga. Then we came to Jnana-yoga. From Jnana-yoga to we came Dhyāna-yoga. From Dhyāna-yoga to how we achieve Bhakti-yoga. So that we will discuss in it further. Especially for these two verses, it says that, and we know that Ashtanga yoga means it's a mechanical process and meditate. One should meditate and practice, and it controls the mind. Okay, and especially senses focus and the concentration keeps in one place. And here we put concentration on Paramatma, who is situated in our heart, the super soul, and the practice, this one culminates in the samadhi. But do we need really samadhi to be in samadhi? No. We have to be in full conscious of Supreme Personality of Godhead. By only practicing Bhakti Yoga, it can be possible. So no need to be in samadhi. In Kali Yuga, it is really difficult to be in a samadhi. And what is the sign of this verse? It is saying that we know that Prabhupada is saying yada viniyatam chittam. Viniyatam is very like we have to understand that how to control. Here the viniyatam means a control. One has to 1 second. Yeah. Chitta means your heart to your consciousness. And Prabhupada is saying, when it's self-control conscious, completely under your control. How we can achieve this stage? Because we have to depend on our mind. Then how we can act without depending on mind? So we are under control of the mind. So we follow what mind says. How to avoid that situation? We have to come to a situation that what is actually self-control. No, self-control means one has to control his senses and organs, and which is inspired by our genitals. This all can be controlled. How we can control in a proper way? So people say that in modern days, so we can control by doing yoga. So yoga means they have perception that the only one thing is that yoga, this is the only perfect. By doing some Ashtanga yoga process and practicing some yogasanas and keeping one's mind and focusing on Shunya, and by doing that, this we control our senses and body, everything. Then they say that we achieve bhakti also. That's what the perception. And here okay, that's olden days. There is a situation that by doing Ashtanga yoga, to do Ashtanga yoga, one has to sit in a secluded place where no disturbances comes. Okay, then they do. It's a process step by step. But in Kali Yuga, we don't have that much self-control to achieve the perfection of life doing by practicing or meditating on Paramatma. So what we have to do? So we have to do Bhakti Yoga, which is really far better than any yogas. This Bhakti Yoga really teaches us how to achieve the perfection of life and focusing on Krishna. The goal is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we don't need to do any artificial things. The only one thing we have to do, we have to prepare ourselves and give time for this yoga. What we have to do? For this also we have to meditate. The meditation is here that how we can focus in Krishna consciousness, what we have to do, how to do, these all things to be done. Obviously, we have to meditate, but here the meditation is on Supreme Personality of Godhead, which we can really see in the form of Archa Vigraha. This we have to understand. In other yoga process, we don't see and we don't know who is Krishna. And okay, excuse. In other process, we discussed in Paramatma. We are focusing on Paramatma. So how it can be possible? Okay, I'm in meditation. So how many thousands of years, how many years of life span which I have, is that possible in this lifetime to by practicing and by doing a meditation, and I can realize and see the Paramatma? Is that possible? We have to understand that. So we always remain firmly situated only in his own Atma. By doing that, the person is devoid of all desire other than Atma. Is it possible to control our desires only focusing on Atma? There will be no other desire. So, is that possible? In Kali Yuga, it is really not possible. Even if it is possible, but the ultimate the success by doing the meditation is that which we achieve is that the void. What is that void? The Brahman. So the Brahman, we know that there are three features of Bhagavan is there: Brahman, Paramatman, and Bhagavan. So one who meditates on Brahman, they meditate on the light of Brahman. The light of Brahman, which really we feel that that is the success and ultimate goal of life. So we don't see anyone on the light. So after achieving that, then some certain period of time, then again we have to come back. So we are not going to achieve something which is firmly, which we really desire and need to achieve. So by only doing Bhakti Yoga, we can achieve that. The yoga is, it's like we have to engage ourselves in a yukta. Yukta iti uchyate tadha. And okay, let me explain you clearly here. See, the yoga, it is showing that Bhakti Yoga, from Bhakti Yoga to Paramatma realization, then Paramatma to Ashtanga Yoga, and Ashtanga Yoga to Dhyāna-yoga, then Karma Yoga, then Karma Kanda to Brahman, then Brahman to, these are yoga process, but it is not included Bhakti process. So whatever we are doing Bhakti, we will achieve all this yoga process. Whatever we particularly focus on Ashtanga Yoga, whatever we doing at Ashtanga Yoga, whatever goal we achieve, that goal is done by doing only Bhakti Yoga, we will achieve simultaneously both, all, like, controlling our senses and our mind. Yeah, mind also part of it, and our body. So we have to understand that what purpose the yoga is being done. The purpose of doing yoga is to control the mind and senses and organs and everything. Then what achievement we are achieving, that is also very important. By doing this Bhakti Yoga, automatically we will control our senses, our organs, and we will achieve the highest goal of the life, the perfection of the life. So that is by doing only Bhakti Yoga, we can achieve. And especially these two verses, we discipline our mental strength, activities of consciousness, vinayatam chittam. Chittam means here, Prabhupada mentioned in this verse, vinayatam chittam, clearly. So and being fixed in the self or transcendence, Atmani eva stita. One second. Eva stite. Divide of all material desires, nishparshaha sarva kamebhyo. Just as a lamp, Prabhupada mentioned in the next verse, like, this verse, we also know this proverb. By keeping lamp in the wind, so we cannot control the flame of the lamp to not to, like, close or fully disappear from our vision of eyes. That is not possible. Or what we have to do here? So this is actually the process which is really keeping us in a void. So we have to understand that. And the next verse it is showing that the yogi with internal functions stopped and engaged in meditation on the self is considered exactly similar to a flame which does not move, situated in a windless place. How do we describe that perfected yoga? The flame sahadhipa in a windless place does not flicker but remain glowing. And this knowledge of yoga consider smrata, the flame to be exactly similar, yatavat upama, to the meditating yogi. His focus is the dropping of the visarga of saha and then joining it with the upama for metrical reasons is according to the rule. Is showing that sochi lopeche pada puranam. The word upama is compassion here. Stands for upamana, the object for compassion. What it is that compassion is here, that upama. What is it similarly to? It is similar to the yogi whose internal functions have been completely stopped. Yat chitta, who performs meditation, yogam, and on the Atma. We know that Atma, and he meditates on the super soul, Paramatma. This yogi whose knowledge has awakened and whose internal functions have ceased in relation to all objects except Atma is similar to a motionless or glowing flame. So how do we understand this? If we do not take everything in that relation with that, we are all belong to Krishna. When we are engaged in Krishna consciousness, always engaged in Krishna service, naturally, my mind cannot go to besides Krishna. This mind is automatically controlled. Nishparha. So what is that? Sarva kamebhya. And you shall have no desire for material sense gratification. Sarva kamebhya. Kama means the material desire. And sarva means all kinds of. That means if you are in Krishna consciousness, then you have no other desire. So your desire is only to serve Krishna, how to serve him, how to satisfy him. The desireless, you cannot be. There will be always desire, but the focus is on Krishna. Means here it is clearly we have to understand that sarva kamebhyo. And desire for sense gratification, that is to be purified. By doing only bhakti yoga, we can purify this sarva kamebhyaha. So we have to transfer our desire to satisfy Krishna. That's all. Desire we cannot kill. It is not possible. By engaging our senses and body, mind, all organs and sensual objects, and focusing on Krishna, so we can make ourselves and focusing on Krishna. That definitely there will be a desire. There is no human being will be a desireless. If he is a desireless, so I don't know what it is called. Yeah, here we are focusing on without having desires on material objects and sensual object, that is called sarva kamebhyo. So we have to understand that. So definitely we have to fulfill our daily activities which needs to sustain our bodily comforts. Comforts means minimal comforts, having to stay, having a home, and to work we need to have a good job, and we discussed it in last class also. Therefore, one prepared, let's we engage ourselves. How we can engage ourselves? By, see, we cook whatever palatable dishes, whatever we do, but we do everything, we offer to Krishna and we honor that as a Mahaprasad. By doing that, whatever karma we are going to get, it will be nullified, since because, excuse me, since it is offered to Krishna, so we are honoring Prasadam. Whatever karma we are going to have by accepting such things, material things, it will be nullified by when we offer to Krishna. That we have to understand that the Bhakti Yoga, by doing Bhakti Yoga, we have lot of benefits. The benefit is that we will achieve the perfection of life only doing a proper activity, which is the only desire is that, here desire is that achieving Krishna, and the consciousness is that which we are focusing on Krishna, but in yoga process we don't achieve that, and especially we don't find any proper meditation or yogi in this material world. यताधिपो निवस्थितो नेन गते सपमास्मात् प्रयोगिनो यथा चित्तस्य पिञ्जनो योगम् आत्मना. So when it is not agitated by the wind, like just like lamp, so the flame is straight, similar, the mind should not go agitated. The flame is very nice when it is a stand and straight, without being moved by the wind, the flame is very nice. So that example Prabhupada is mentioned here, that the flame is so susceptible to wind, that is a little agitation, it moves. So similarly, our mind is also susceptible to material desires, that a little movement can make a change the whole thing. Prabhupada is mentioning that Balavan Indriya Gramo Vidvamso Api Karsyati. The little change can make lot of difference. So, but in Bhakti Yoga, it is very easy to practice because we progress slowly, step by step. We engage ourselves not one day by accepting Bhakti Yoga. Slowly we progress by doing, that is called sadhana. By doing sadhana Bhakti Yoga, we progress slowly, one by one step, we achieve the perfection of life. How it is possible? We chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We honor Prasad, which is offered to Krishna. And before that, we attend Mangalarati. And everything is systematically, our focus is being on one aspect, that is Krishna. The object is clearly visible in front of our eyes in the form of Archa, the Vigraha, which is the real form of the Krishna in this material world, in Kali Yuga, which we can, by seeing him, we can relate. Okay, there is a person. Okay, because when we go in front of the Krishna, we feel that, okay, there is Krishna is standing. So we are able to sense it that. By doing Bhakti Yoga, it is possible. But in Dhyana Yoga, it is saying that we assume that lamp is there, one light. That light is not, we close eyes, we meditating, we focus on it, and light is not moving. When we feel that the light is slightly moving by waves of wind, then concentration gets disturbed. Then small change, then everything will collapse. But here, practically, even when we are worshipping Krishna, offering lamp, so sometimes we, Pujari in altar, Pujari may be there. We may see Pujari. By seeing that, we don't disturb, or our consciousness may not be polluted. It won't, because our focus is definitely automatically. So we are not doing mechanically. When we are offering lamp, so many things happens. The concentration also goes on here and there, but immediately the focus comes, but it won't change much. But in Dhyana Yoga, so that's what Prabhupada is saying, that then again he has to start from the beginning. In Bhakti Yoga is not that. We have to understand that how we can achieve bhakti, achieve goal of life by doing only bhakti. So that in further, like now chapters, we can understand clearly. And next verse also says that, one second. The next verse says that, tomorrow we can understand that. And yeah, in that state, the consciousness completely controlled by the practice of yoga becomes joyful, seeing the self by the mind, and one is satisfied in the self. But here we are not focusing on the how to become a self-satisfied. So, okay, I am satisfied, so life becomes successful. Our focus is that the main goal is that how we are going to satisfy Krishna. See how big difference is that? By having our self-satisfaction, we don't achieve anything. by focusing on satisfying the Krishna, automatically our self will be satisfied. How it is possible? Because the spiritual connection, the consciousness has a strong, the spiritual consciousness, when we enrooted our consciousness to satisfaction of Krishna, automatically ourself will be satisfied. That is called Bhakti-yoga. That one who understands this, a simple method, then his life becomes successful. And I fully understand and remember that a previous class, and Prabhupada is mentioning that when we pour water on the root of the tree, so it produces the whole tree, not only roots, the water produces the trunks and leaves. Every part of the tree will be 100% satisfied. That means it gloomed. Okay, it's a Bhakti Yoga also like that. We have to understand that what is the root is here, that it's a Bhakti, which is to the service to offer to Krishna. When you offer service to Krishna, so we are automatically, ultimately, like we will satisfy all other demigods. So that one who understands this, then definitely our life becomes successful. So any doubts? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Anything?
So, Prabhu, one doubt I have, like I recently read one quote that deer skin is not needed for the devotees. So
Yeah.
that is used by yogis. So what is your comment on that? Just want to hear from.
Okay. I mean, what exactly comment means?
Means like generally deer skin, Krishna is saying we should sit on the deer skin and then meditate. Right?
Where is it?
In the Bhagavad-gītā 6th chapter only. So this chapter.
Okay. Okay. Actually, why do we have to use a deer skin for sitting and practicing bhakti or yoga?
Yoga.
Yoga. So actually, it was in olden days, previous yogas, all yogis, and some yogis, we see that Vishwamitra, he uses, I think it's a tiger skin, right?
Maybe, Prabhu. Yeah, maybe one of them.
Yeah.
Deer skin or tiger skin.
So if in Kali Yuga, if we use a deer skin, first of all, and materially, we will be punished by the law of the state.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, and by doing that, okay, if one should, okay, I need a deer skin. So now how do we get deer skin? We have to kill that.
That's right.
So we are not, when we are not having a power to like give life to one dead, so we don't have right or authority to kill or one, like use one animal's skin. And those is like it is also says that Okay, in those days, olden age, they used to offer cows into the yajna. So they say that in often materialistic, different people in counterpart, they say that why we have to offer, they quote that one. See, we are offering, say, Hindus offer cows to in the yajna, in the fire sacrifice. So that also there is a proper system. They offer that cow which is really in a bad situation, which herself cannot move and is ready to leave body, that they offer in the fire sacrifice. And by offering fire sacrifice, they elevate from cow to human birth. That power the yogis have in those olden days. Okay. So if one has that much strength, it can be accepted. Same like here, the yogis which they use deer skin, which they don't kill, already dead deer skin, they take and they use, for which deer skin has a soft bedding. So if you go to a shawls shop, have you experienced any shawls shop? There will be shawls which is made by sheep wool and this camel wool. Particular camels are available, not our which we see in our Asian deserts. Some camels are there. So very soft wool is available. At the same time, some deer wool is there. They specifically in the farm, they grow for the wool making. And if you have been visited any shawl shops, there you can see so many costly shawls, which soft, very soft bedded woolen is available. So that which they feel softness, and they feel that the focus is they don't get any disturbance and they don't get hurt. The focus is in a one place, so which they want to achieve by doing yoga. I mean, yogi means they do meditation and dhyana. That's where they use deer skin. But in Kali Yuga, there are so many difficulties and consequences we have to face in order to use deer skin, which is really not recommended in Kali Yuga, because first of all, we have to face PETA, which is really, I'll tell, and I'm not criticizing or anyone. Or recently, yeah, there is no harm. I'm telling indirectly. I'm a follower of Srila Prabhupada. I have right to share this. Why I have to worry about somebody? When we do some celebration in Deepavali, people say that some materialistic people who doesn't have the significance of having Deepavali, they say that, okay, you people by lighting firecrackers and all, so creating what we are creating pollution. But at the same time, PETA, somebody in the name of festival, they kill the animals and they eat, especially they kill the cow, and which is in Shastra mentions that one of the mother. If we feel hungry, do we kill our mother and eat? No. We ask our mother to give us food. When we are baby, when we cry, mother gives us milk. So, which we don't do that. So the same PETA, they do They don't object them, these people. So such kind of materialistic people have a different concepts. These concepts which no base for the perfection of life. So we have to see the consequences which, and first of all, we have to face so many difficulties. Okay, see, the sofa is made of out of cloth and cotton. So we use this. I hope you understood.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay. Anything? And especially those days, yogis, which they offer to cow in the yajnas, they elevate that cow, then they give, when they offer to yajna, which is non-different from Krishna or Vishnu, then definitely the cow gets advanced life, that is human birth. They promote. So we are not capable enough. Do we really have that much strength? If you have that much strength, we can also offer cow. Now, I don't see anywhere we are offering cows nowadays. And we don't have. So that's what even Prabhupada says that in one of his disciple asked, Prabhupada, so those old days, people have, like, by igniting mantras, they will, by reciting mantras, they ignite the fire. So in Kali Yuga, it is really not possible present situation. Need a consciousness, the purity. And Prabhupada said that third generation, our in ISKCON movement, third generation, by reciting prayers, they will ignite the fire. So here we are talking about consciousness. So we are not sitting hours of hours in one place and focusing on the goal which Prabhupada mentioned is in the lamp or something light. So in Bhakti Yoga, that facility which Prabhupada has given, okay, we chant minimum that 16 rounds, sitting one place and sitting and hearing. So some people who has a good health, who can sit on the floor. So even it is not allowed, or it is strongly recommended. We can use small chata, that means a small mat. So if some people really have some issues, they use some soft bedded like seat and all. Okay. So, but here, even while driving, we can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. While cooking, we can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. While having shower, we can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. While sitting in front of laptop and working, we can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So it may not included part of our rounds, but it can be taken as a part of extra rounds, which it is benefits our own bhakti or sadhana. We chant. Okay, we have to train our mind. By doing all this and chanting always Hare Krishna Mahamantra, definitely our inner consciousness will purify and we develop ourselves. Definitely, automatically, all anarthas will be nullified. Then slowly, this we know all the 8 stages of bhakti. So, anartha nivritti and all will achieve. So, Nistha, then all this one by one. So that we have to understand. Okay, Hare Krishna. Any other doubts? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranam. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavats Manam. Any comments?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
So very nice, insightful class and very deep class. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thanks.
Hare Krishna. Okay, vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai. Jai. Okay, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Mm.